Hello and welcome back to another video. As you can see behind me here, we still have the ship connected to the connector. Now there was a couple of comments down in the comment section there below from the last video, and one of them in particular, well, a few of them were commenting saying that they don't mind that I'm using the super ship tool mod. Thank you very much. I was hoping these would not mind. But Randall Bulk commented saying about the mod he prefers using is the nanobot build and repair. He said each unit on the grid is no different than having an additional NPC engineer. It's better than vanilla, but not too overpowered. Now, I also come back to saying, yeah, but you need superconductors, so I was thinking about the wrong one. He's talking about the actual nanobot one and not the build and repair one. The one with the superconductors. He's thinking of a different book. I sort of class the build and repair and the nanobot one as a little OP as well. You know, because you can be a bit bored in using them because all you do is you just build one and then you don't need to do anything else because your nanobots do everything. So it leaves you nothing to do except paint the ship a certain color or tag a ship that you want to be welded up or stripped down, and then you just sit back and do nothing. So that's why I wouldn't be putting the nanobot mods onto the world. Oh yeah, let's get into it anyway. So we're going to have to put extra thrusters on this ship, and this is actually my first time back on the world since I posted the last video, so I haven't been doing any testing, but I know by the way the thrusters are firing when the ship is flying as empty that it ain't going to lift this. It's too heavy. So we're going to add a couple of temporary thrusters on the side just to get into space, and when we get into space we'll take them off. Now let's jump into my world here, into my character, get the hood up. So what we're going to do as well is I'm actually going to put survival kit on this, because I realized as well after I ground down the rover that if I did get killed and my ship got destroyed, I would have nowhere to spawn. So I would have to either spawn in a space pod or spawn on another planetary pod, which means starting fresh all over again, because or trying to make the way back to a station and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a survival kit on this, and we're not actually going to grind this down when we get into space. We're actually going to keep this with all its materials in it and bring it with us, and this is going to be like a base operation. So if I want to go and explore, we're going to park this up somewhere, go on the ship and explore. If we find a smaller ship, if we find like one of the little encounters that I can refit, I can use one of the, like a shuttle, or capture a smaller NPC ship and use that as a scouting vehicle while we build up and get this thing a bit more armored and stuff to take on the likes of the factorum. You never know, we might find a better ship that we can use, and we'll see what happens. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to grind all this down, throw it into the cargo container, try to take all the wheels off this so she's connected there, so nothing's going to happen. I'm going to add 2 extra hydrogen thrusters facing down, and maybe 2 atmospheric as well, just to give it that little bit of extra help getting up. We'll get started on that now. So let's get our welders out, and we'll start at the back of this, and we'll take all the wheels off and we'll get going. But I'd like to thank everyone that was watching the last video and commenting on it. You know what I mean? We've got a couple more subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. Every person that subscribes is more than welcome. We, like I said, we have our own server, and you are more than welcome to check it out. It's the Nightfall server. The link to the server is in the description of all my videos and our Discord. And you're more welcome to, join the Discord, jump into the server, and just have an old chat and post pictures of your own ships, your own builds and things you're working on. If there's any people new to space engineers in particular, and you're looking for any advice, there's plenty of people on the Discord here, on our Discord, that are fairly knowledgeable of the game and will help you out in any way. Myself included. Now, I'm knowledgeable to the extent that I'm playing the game since 2013. I had like over 6,000 hours on the game, but there's a lot of the blocks that I don't know a lot about because I don't really use them. You know, like I don't think I've ever used a event controller, for example, since they got introduced into the game. If I'm doing any automated drill rigs or anything like that, I still tend to use timers because that's what I'm used to. Now, well, it's never too late to learn how to do something, so I'm going to be looking into using the event controllers more because I'm going to start using them in this survival series. Yeah, might as well. Like that part of the game, you might as well use them. I'm taking this down by hand because I'm actually not in the armor building another crane rig. I don't know why I took that one apart because I could have used that to grind this down. Well, hindsight is a wonderful thing. So yeah, we'll be back when I get most of this ground down. Oh, okay. Now, this is just about the last of this done here now, as soon as this stuff's spinning around. Now. Yeah, that's the trailer ground.
What?
Ground. That's the trailer ground down now. Now we're going to take the wheels off this and we're going to fix up the cockpit on this so we can... Oh well, just so we're not flying the space, there's a big hole in the front of the ship. And then we'll get out of here. And the first thing on the agenda when we get to space is to find an asteroid with uranium. Right, because what we're going to need to do as well, we're going to need to add a large grid, not large grid, we're going to need to add a full-size reactor onto this ship if you want to be powered in that jump drive, and if you want to add another jump drive. So we're going to need to be finding uranium, gold and platinum, because although the ship is hydrogen, I want to put some ion thrusters on it as well, maybe on this as well, to keep this in place when it's, so it doesn't float away when it's in space if it gets nudged or anything. Because although I like converting a lot of my ships to hydrogen, you still really need to have some ion on them for if you run out of ice and you are not in the vicinity or have the ability to collect any more ice. So it's good to have at least 2 ions in every direction for just emergency thrusters. But what I normally do as well is so to stop myself running out of well, you can't really stop yourself running out of hydrogen if you have no ice source near you. So what I normally do is, if I don't know if you see, well, I cut a lot of the last video out because, like I said, the video went on for 5.5 hours and I had to try and shorten it down, and so I didn't lose too much. I shortened it down to like 1 hour and 25 minutes, I think it was. So, but I cut a lot of the build out, so I sort of just done fade cuts to certain points in the build. But what I did was, like, this ship has 3 large hydrogen tanks, but it also has inside of it 4 small hydrogen tanks. So what I tend to do when I build my ships, as a redundancy, I will always put the small hydrogen tanks on stockpile and leave them on stockpile, which means the hydrogen doesn't get used that's in them. So if I do, by some chance, and I'm flying around, I cannot find a ice source anywhere to replenish my hydrogen, and I happen to run out of hydrogen in the large tanks, I actually have those 4 small tanks full of hydrogen that I can use to get around and to get me hopefully to an asteroid or to a source of ice. So it's sort of a good practice when you have hydrogen ships to have a couple of small hydrogen tanks set to stockpile, so you don't always completely run out hydrogen. Now, what I also realized after I was editing the video is I actually never put any O2 generators in that ship. So all my ice making capability is more or less on this platform here. So because this platform also has the
energy low.
So because this platform also has the refinery and the assemblers, I'm actually going to need to get a bit of extra power on that as well, because the 4 or 5 batteries that's on it isn't enough. It needs more power. So we actually have a couple of small reactors on it, and then the hydrogen engines. So, well, the hydrogen engines are more backup power than anything else. So we'll get those. I'll get the reactors, and we'll probably get a couple of more small nuclear reactors put onto it, and that should solve any power issues that we might have. Once we just keep everything fed with uranium,
Inventory
and
full.
we're happy. Inventory full. We'll be happy. Well, we're nearly there now on this, and then I'm gonna try and get the front of the ship sorted out here. Get the cockpit fixed up. Get the extra thrusters that we need on the side just to get us off this planet, because we are going to be lifting a serious amount of weight with this well, it's not a trailer anymore now. We'll call this our production module. What we'll call this. I want to put a bit more armament on that as well to protect it from. Well, the only thing we can really protect them is small grid ships, because large grid ships, I'm not going to do much damage to them. I might actually build a couple of custom turrets onto it. A couple of custom railgun turrets. Actually, when we find uranium, I can make a couple of some ammo. Well, you never know. I might do actually a full-size railgun on it.
Inventory full.
We need to add a AI combat block onto these as well, because what the AI combat block does is it actually increases the distance of all your weapons out to their maximum. Yes, I know when you look into the settings in each turret, like it'll tell you 800 kilometers, blah blah or whatever, 800 meters or whatever. But the artillery guns can actually shoot up to 2 kilometers. So if you actually put the AI, I think it's the AI combat, the AI defense, it's one of them, onto the grid. What that does is that actually enables your turrets to fire right out to their full capacity beyond what the distance says that's in the turret when you're looking in this menu. So we'll add one of them onto the production module. That's what it's been called now. We'll add one of them onto the ship itself as well, because we have an artillery gun on the roof of the ship. And I think that'd be a good idea. Normally we'd be using on our server, we had the weapons core plug-in, but we found that with the weapons core plug-in, a lot of times your weapons won't shoot at the targets that they're designed to shoot at. They just won't fire, and the only way to get them to fire is to, you know what I mean? It's like ringing customer service, you know what I mean? The only way to get them to work is to turn them off and on again, you know? So, I mean, that can be a bit of a pain when you end up going into battle against the likes of the factorum, or on this world, the parallax, and your weapons don't fire. You're losing
Inventory
vital time where you could be doing damage to the ship, but instead you're receiving a lot of damage because your weapons aren't firing. So we end up actually taking weapons core off of our server because of that, because it happened to me a few times on the server, well, not on our server, but on other servers. And it also happened to one or two of our server members. So there was a vote put in the Discord, and that's the way we work on our Discord. If there's a problem with mods, or anyone wants a mod added or wants a mod taken out, it's put to a vote in the Discord, and we all get to vote on it. So, I mean, everyone has a say, basically, on our server. Everyone has a say. It's we don't run the server with an iron fist. You know, right, so let's get thrusters on this here. We'll go with a couple of we'll go with some large hydrogen thrusters first onto this. We put one there, and we'll put one there, and then we're gonna get some atmospheric as well. I want to throw just one or two atmospheric on it just to be on the safe side. And that did not go into my thing, so atmospheric, there we go. We put that there. Right. So we will throw this. Can't throw it there. Can't throw it there because that's first of all. Actually, I suppose we'll just throw it here. Like so. I know it looks a bit hideous, but it's only temporary just to get us off the planet. I would love it if one of those meteors hits straight into one of those ships there. It would be so funny. Now, and that's that built. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to sort out this bridge area here. I might do a bit of a change on this. I don't know whether to do it now or when we get into space. Why isn't that on? Oh, there we go. Hey, put it on and off again. Right, so that should be plenty of thrust to get us up, hopefully. Right, so let's sort this bridge out. 3. Now we're trying to change the shape of the front of this a little bit. Just to, I want to use the new breeze block, so changing everything up here. So we'll just go one block there like that. Right, so let's get this done. Nearly there, and then we'll be ready to take to the air. Yes, I know that rhymed. Didn't mean for it to rhyme, but it did. So anyway, so let's do this up. Right, I should change this because this doesn't look nice. Right, now let's get these all welded up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, now I think we're nearly ready to get off. Oh, I know. Now. Now, that's the bridge rebuilt. Yeah, that looks okay. Ish. No, this doesn't look right. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's that done. So let's go inside the ship here. We need to make this a little bit airtight. We'll change that door wheel. And let me get a block just here, just underneath here to hold that on, because if we grind that door off, the landing gear bit is going to fall off. And this, yeah. Block there. Which way is it open? Let's get a door. And we will take out this one here. And we will go, oh, wrong way, door 7. I like this new round door. I think that suits this a little bit better. Well, we will take this block back off. And we will head inside. Right now, this is not going to be airtight here because of this, so we need to do something here. I can't place a block in here because of that, so I might move the medical bay to here. Now I should have it in my inventory somewhere. This is what happens when I start doing this. I tend to move things around 3 or 4 times, and I do break Krator's heart, because although I do all the refits for the ships for the mod, Krator is the person that puts the mod together. But I'm lazy and I tend to not rename blocks, so Krator will be going through the ship, getting everything looking right, and there would be, let's say, medical bay or medical room 6, and you know, gyroscope 4, gyroscope 5, gyroscope 12, you know what I mean, stuff like that, because I just don't rename them, and it drives them potty, and all I can do is apologise. Krator, I don't do it on purpose, but I'm just lazy. But yeah, so that's basically Let's pay. There we go. So I'm gonna move that there. I'm gonna take this over here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put doors on the other side of this until I figure out what we're gonna do down here. We'll just put a couple of doors in here for now. Two. Where's the doors gone? There we go. 7. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go lab doors just because we can. Turn this on and let's see if we have oxygen. We don't have oxygen because that door's open. And that door's open. And there we go. Right, I think it's time we get off this planet. And we can do the rest of the changes in space. I'll leave that there for now. Actually, what have we got this? Right, so let's get that landing gear. Get that landing gear down to this hydrogen thrusters. This large hydrogen thrusters toggle back on and off. Rocket launcher. Did not know there's a rocket launcher. Where's the rocket launcher on this ship? Switch lock. Oh, it must have been destroyed. Where the hell would it have been? Ah, you know what? I think that space there, that thruster on the right hand side, I think that was a rocket launcher, and there should have been 2 of them. That's what I think. Right. Now let's see what we can. First things first. Let's do a quick save, just in case this doesn't work. So we are gonna go for. Now, before we get off the planet, let's rename the ship. And I think I will name it. I think we'll name it the Blue PHOENIX, Blue Phoenix, because we raised it from the ashes of a crashed ship. So let's go. Okay, let's get off this planet. We're gonna go up, straight up. As soon as we get out of the planet's gravity, oh, what did I hear? As soon as we get out of the planet's gravity, we will grind down those extra thrusters, and I think we'll actually head in the direction of. We'll head in that direction there, where we're going to start our first jump. Whatever you do, Ireland, don't accidentally hit P or accidentally hit number 7, because that wouldn't be very clever, and we would lose our production module. Now, we're going to do one jump from this planet, and we'll find an asteroid to call home for a while I do some changing around on this ship and make it a little bit bigger, move stuff around, give it a little bit better armament and armor, because we're in space now, so we can afford to start putting heavy armor onto it. some more weapons. We need weapons on the underneath because at the moment there's no defense on the underneath of the ship except with those two Gatling guns there. But you come up from this angle here, they're not going to protect you. So we need to get some more defenses on the underneath of the ship. There we plenty of pipe work down there to run turrets. It's just a matter of putting them in a spot where the thrusters won't affect them. But we figure out when I move the side pods there, because those two side pods are going to get moved out, maybe 2 blocks, and at least up a block. So if we do decide to land on the planet again, I don't want these hitting the ground. I don't think it looks nice when they hit the ground. Almost out of gravity now. Right. 6G, 5G. We should be out of gravity now in 2 seconds. And we are now in space. Where did I go? Now, let's okay. Jump drive. We're gonna jump. We're gonna do a blind jump. 9. Straight ahead. Up. You can jump 1,000 kilometers. Let's do the first jump of the Blue Phoenix. And there we go. We are now away from the planet. Now, so I think we'll head to actually first things first, let me jump off. I don't know what was happening. 4 times why haven't I got gravity? Here we go. 4 times I tried to grab the planet, and every time I got out of the gravity, the ship just kept on being deleted. And the only way to stop it was to actually go into admin powers, which I need to turn off now. Thank you very much. Thanks for reminding me. And copy the ship. Just do a copy and paste. And that's what stopped it. So, right, we're in space now. And let's grind all this off.
Inventory full.
Throw it back into here. I also placed the survival kit on that.
Inventory.
Oh, speaking of which, I better actually start the gravity generator on this because it should be set to max. Am I in gravity? Yeah, I'm in gravity here. And now, yeah, I better set that gravity generator. Now, and there we go. Alright, so that's that done. Let's find an asteroid to call our temporary home, where we move towards the factorum. I love these new round doors. Yeah, right. Now, I want to take this off. I want to fly in this one. Alright, so we're going to go B, and we will head... Oh, I better turn the R detector on, shouldn't I? The R on, and we'll... Yup. And they're up there. So let's head... Actually, speak before we go anywhere. Let's go to GPS. And we turn all these... So what? I'm going to delete them. We'll delete that. And we'll delete that, and we'll delete that, but we're leaving the airline 1 on because of the very first GPS we set. So it lets us know how far we've travelled. So that's where I started from, is 1,089.2 kilometers away. Right, so let's head to a couple of these asteroids and see what we can see. I'm going to turn off that main thruster on the back there, and we'll just use the small thrusters to fly with, because it's I'll turn off the two large thrusters that I'm looking for. Yeah, so we'll turn both of them off while we're in space. We'll navigate with we'll move with the small thrusters, which I think is the safest thing to do. And plus, it conserves hydrogen. You don't use as much hydrogen. We have ice and silver on this asteroid. So what I think I'll do is I'll actually think we'll get some ice, because if I'm not mistaken, some of those hydrogen tanks are empty. SOS. And I'm gonna go suit only start. That's gonna be the name of the faction. And we go with this. Now, let's change the name of this antenna as well, because this antenna is called damaged antenna. So we're gonna go not G, we're gonna go K, we're gonna go damaged. Okay, no. Where is the antenna? Oh, have you got this? Ah, okay, defend against enemies. The subsystem, be trigger never. No. We have compact antenna. We will show ship name. There we go. The Blue Phoenix. Right. Now, let's move into position here and let's have a look. Right, what I think we'll do is we will leave it here for today, this week, and we will call it a night. We're in space now, which is good. That's objective 2 or 3 done now. So next week what we're going to do is we're going to mine some ice here, replenish those hydrogen tanks on the production module, and we're going to make some new changes to this ship. We're going to put some weaponry underneath it. We're going to extend the interior cab a little bit, make a bit more space so we can make that back area where the big thruster is airtight. We're going to have a bit of fun, and we'll probably dabble in a little bit of space piracy en route to the factorum. We'll capture a couple of ships and have a look at some of the new NPCs, which are a lot harder to capture now compared to the old ones, because with all the old ones I knew exactly where all the remote controls were, so it was quite easy to take them over. But these new ones now don't use remote controls, but just using the AI blocks, which makes it more difficult. So even the ships that are with you, like so friendly, will fire at you now. But anyway, like what you're saying, give the old video a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And if you have something to say, just comment down below in the comment section. And I'll talk to you all next week.